Okay, so in question 8 of exercise 1A, we're looking at a rectangle of length 30 centimeters. And I'm going to actually underline this right away so we remember it. And with 185 millimeters, it's going to be cut from a piece of paper measuring 0.5 meters squared in area. Okay, and then we're asked to find the area that is remaining after this piece of paper has been cut in centimeters squared. So before trying to do the question, let's actually have a look at what's going on. So this is going to be our piece of paper. Now, excuse me if it's not a great drawing. And the area of this piece of paper is 0.5 meters squared. And from this piece of paper, we're going to cut a rectangle. This will be the rectangle here. That has a length of 30 centimeters. So length equals 30 centimeters. And the width equals 185 millimeters. Okay, so that's our basically diagram of what's going on in the question. And what we're going to need to find, right, this area remaining, is this bit here. It's whatever hasn't been cut out. So that's basically what we're dealing with. Now, this might seem complicated at first, but if we look at our desired unit, right, the unit that they want us to answer in, well, we know that it's centimeters squared. That should always be our first step. So straight away, we're going to look to put everything either into centimeters squared if it's already in 2 dimensions, or into centimeters if it's in 1 dimension. Alright, so this first one here, 30 centimeters, well, we don't even need to convert that because it's already in centimeters, right? So this one's okay, don't need to do anything with it. However, the 185 and the 0.5 meters squared, we do have to convert. So step 1 will be convert units. Okay, well, the 185 is in millimeters. We want to go from millimeters into centimeters. Now remember, you can't go into centimeters squared because that would be a different dimension. You have to go into the same dimension, right? We can't go in here from millimeters, and we can't jump across to this next row. We've got to stay in the same row. So we've got to go into centimeters. Now from millimeters into centimeters, we divide by 10. So we do 185 divided by 10 to give us 18.5 centimeters. All right, so now that's in centimeters, it's okay. All right, so that's half of step 1 done. And the second half of step 1 will be to take this 0.5 meters squared, so 0.5, and now to go from meters squared into centimeters squared, well, we're getting smaller, so we're going from meters squared into centimeters squared, and we multiply by 100 squared. So times 100 squared, which if we do on the calculator, should give us 5,000 centimeters squared. And so now that's okay as well, right? That's in the correct units now. So we've now got everything in the correct units. So it's just about how to work out this question. Well, the way to work out all types of questions like this, where something gets cut out of something else, is to work out the area of the bigger thing. Well, we already have that, right? We already have the area of the bigger thing, so we don't need to work it out. And then subtract the area of the smaller thing, which we don't yet know. Okay, so step 2 will be to find the area of the smaller rectangle. So let me just scroll down a bit to give myself some space. So, step 2, find the area of the cutout rectangle. Well, what's the area of a rectangle? The area of a rectangle is length times width. So the length here was 30 centimeters, so we do 30. The width was 185 millimeters, but we want to do it in centimeters, right? We always want to stay in the same unit. And the one we want here is 18.5 centimeters, so we do 18.5. That gives us an answer of 555. Now what's the unit going to be? Well, we're looking at an area, so it must be 2-dimensional. So we must have a squared. So it's going to be centimeters squared. Okay, so that's our second area. So our 2 areas are, well, this was the other one, right? So this is area 1 and this is area 2. So if I just open up a new page here to continue on the working. So step 3 then step 3 is just find the difference between the two areas. Okay, so the bigger area, was 5,000 centimeters squared. So this was our area bigger. And our smaller area was 555 centimeters squared. All right, so this was the paper that we started with, and this was the cutout. So then our area remaining, is just equal to what we started with, 5,000 minus 555. And that will give us an answer of 4,445, or 4,445 centimeters squared. And that's our answer. Now, it's really important that you do the first two steps that I've done in this question. Try not to rush ahead. So it's really important to draw the diagram where possible, and it's also really important to convert the units as soon as possible. If you don't do those two steps, you're much more likely to stuff up. If you do those two steps and just follow through with the numbers that you get, then it's much easier to get to that right answer at the end. So that was question 8.